Okay, so this video is going to be an hour, maybe more. This is about some stuff that I'm doing at work. So if you're here on Twitch, I mean, if you're watching this on YouTube, obviously you can ask questions and stuff in the comments. Please don't put anything like, "Why are you going so fast? Why don't you slow down? We can talk slower." Like that. This particular stream is me. It's a co-working stream. It's me at work doing things for work. So I'm going to go as fast as I possibly can. And I'm going to talk through it while I do it so that you can kind of watch what I'm doing and know my goals and stuff like that. It keeps me on track. It helps. Actually, I've solved problems before doing this because people have been able to give me solutions to stuff that I wasn't even counting on. So it's good for me. It's good for hopefully you. And then, you know, we can do this. That's the point of the stream. It's not like other YouTube videos or other Twitch videos where I sit here and I ask your questions and you pay me bits and I answer. That's not, no, fuck no. That's not what this is. This is a get work done stream. All right. So what is the goal for today? So if you've been watching the other, there's hours and hours of video of me doing work related to getting JupyterHub running in Kubernetes. And if you don't know what those are, go research it. Okay. And so at work, the requirement is to get JupyterHub running. I've got it all done. I've got it customized. I've got it taking CPU limits and RAM limits and all this great stuff. I customize the template. And so the pending requirement, the last one, and I need to report on this tomorrow in our meeting, is how hard is it to make a JupyterHub custom image? So what is JupyterHub and all that? So JupyterHub is just a way to run an image. And you're going to see, we're going to be doing a lot of this stuff. And I'll wait and just let you see it when we do it. But the core requirement right now, so if you're just watching the beginning of this video and you want to know whether to watch the whole thing, so that's what I'm trying to answer for you right now. I don't know how to do this. The only way I know, so the one way to do this is to extend an existing approved JupyterHub image, and that. So that is from, and you guys can probably read this. I'm gonna go find this right now. So there's something called the JupyterHub Stacks that I found out some weeks ago. It's called Docker Stacks, ready to run Docker images. This is it. I'm gonna add this document right now. Let me turn my ASCIIs on so you know what I'm doing if you want to follow along. And so right now I can just boom, links A and grab that bookmark and put it in my document. So we're gonna be doing, it says Docker Stacks is where you can go get the images. If I remember right, actually, I think there's an actual site. Yeah, there it is. And I'm going to bookmark this one too. Oops, not that one, this one. So I'm going to bookmark that and come back here and add that one. Links A, and now we have Docker Stacks. So there's the documentation, and then there's the other thing. I guess, I mean, it's kind of the same. Ready to run Docker images containing JupyterHub. I don't know if I need that whole thing. I could just do Docker Stacks. Yeah. So this is kind of a collection of all the stacks. So we're gonna go look at those. The goal here is what is required to be used as to be used. So I know that there's an application called I think it's JupyterHub admin or something. I don't remember it, but it's going to get into it and we're going to answer that question. So if that doesn't interest you, turn the video off, go watch something else. But this is what we're going to be doing, and I'm going to try to stay focused. I am not going to have any music on while we go through this, and I'm going to take my headphones off now. Because I need to put this on YouTube and it needs to be searchable and all of that, blah, blah, blah. All right. So let's get started with this research. First thing we're going to do is go read the Docker Stacks page. Okay, so here we go. Jupyter Docker Stacks are ready to run Docker images containing Jupyter applications, interactive computing tools. You can use the stack image to do any of the following. Start a personal Jupyter notebook, local Docker container, run Jupyter Lab servers for a team using JupyterHub, write your own project Docker file, which is what I want. I want to write my own project Docker file. So we're going to go read about that. You can try a relatively recent build of Jupyter-based notebook. So let's go ahead and get our JupyterHub environment set up so we can start practicing all this. So first things first, Fuck. I had some other projects that I was working on here. I can see I was in the. This is my standard OS. This is some other work I was doing. So I gotta close that out. That was work related to my Kubernetes work. We're still gonna be using the kind. I'm using Minikube right now, and I have Minikube all set up, but I'm gonna need eventually to port all of that back over to kind now that I'm using kind. So yeah. This is actually me logged into a specific pod. These are windows left over from code learning stream that I did on Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Same with this is a kind worker. So if you want to learn about Kubernetes and how to run it and kind of how to emulate different nodes and practice a kubeadm setup and that kind of thing, watch that on Friday afternoon, 12 to 3, or Saturday or Sunday, depending on the weekend. Sometimes I'm not always doing it. All right, so we got our Zillowcast here. I'm gonna close this up. We're cleaning it all up. So we got our links, web browsers open. Optionality. Somebody used that word during a presentation. I was like, is that a word? All right, so we're gonna follow this. So we have the SciPy notebook. I have this working already. I want to show you. So I'm gonna be needing to change my directory into. I'm trying to remember where I put it. Oh, it's in my lab. Kate's 0 to JupyterHub. Yep. All right. So this is my environment. I think it's committed actually. So if you're in Twitch, here's the repo. Starting a repo. What? Yes, it is. Here it is right there. Huh. I must have screwed something up. So there it is. It's github.com/labkates-0 to JupyterHub. You can come on in here and follow along if you want. And the playlist of all this stuff is listed here too if you want to watch all the other videos about how to do this if you're doing JupyterHub in the enterprise. Then that will help you out. And we'll go on from there. So we're going to go ahead and go forward with this. Let's see. We did all the mocking and everything last time. We did a values test. So let me go ahead and bring up the Minikube cluster. I need to make sure kind is not on right now. Kind get clusters. Is it running right now? I don't think I need to delete the cluster, but because it's running a Docker. But I don't know if it's gonna get in the way. I don't think it will. There's no way to stop a cluster and because it's not a VM because it's just using Docker in kind. So I don't think that's gonna be a problem. So in Minikube, I think I still have everything. Profile list. And that stopped. So Minikube uses a VM and kind does not. So we're gonna go ahead and start that up. MK start. And this is gonna, steal 2 cores from 2 CPU cores from my, and I don't believe that's threads. It's actual cores from my system. And then when this is done, I can go ahead and update. And I was a big Minikube fan. I've since changed back to kind because kind is working better with cluster API. And we'll see how that goes. Lately though, I'm like thinking of putting Talos on. I did a whole bunch of videos about that. About putting Talos on my old Minikube. I mean, my old Mac Minis and Raspberry Pis, and building a hardware cluster really quickly. And just using that because that would allow me to do all this provisioning. The problem with doing that though is that I miss out on all the steps for setting up a node in the traditional environment, like using Ubuntu as an unsexy host OS. And so I'm kind of torn between doing that. I probably will have to do a couple of those because I want to go through the process of setting up a node and what it takes to do it, particularly nodes that have GPU that need GPU drivers and stuff. So okay, so back to JupyterHub. What are we gonna do now? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and open this up. So let's open this up and see what we got. We get no. I need to do SK get context, in case you're wondering. So yeah, we're in JupyterHub now. We're not in the kind cluster. So okay, get pods and nodes. So we have one node, and we have these are all the pods, and oh, we have a hub in Craftloop Blackoff. That's interesting. I wonder why. I wonder if it's because I fucked with the image. Why is my hub and Craftloop back off? It should not be. Oh, there he goes. It's running now. That was weird. All right, so I have a thing. So with Minikube, you can actually open the port. It's pretty interesting. Minikube's got a lot of really cool things it kind of doesn't have. So you can just do mk open, and it'll open up it'll open up it'll give you your port and everything. So here's what this looks like. We have our data sets. This has all been customized in a template that I've already done. And this is your thing. You can pull up JupyterHub data science notebook latest. I can change this out. So what I'm trying to say is you could actually do like that SciPy one that we just saw. You can do SciPy notebook and give it 1 gig of RAM, and you can check the resources with this later. I'll show you. So it's gonna fire up SciPy notebook inside of my VM, and it'll be running in my own namespace. So it has all the constraints that go with the user namespace. So you got to watch out for OPA constraints and stuff like that if you're using Gatekeeper. And I tested it in development on our system, and I with the policies in place, and it went ahead and passed. So our policies are only just checking to make sure you have a resource constraint in there. If I hadn't had it, wouldn't have even passed. So it's funny too because I think the spawn stuff is getting past the OPA Gatekeeper check, because the checks we have are running in the deploy script that we wrote to do the checks up front before it gets put in. It's just to see if you have it, and I don't feel like it's catching it. Actually, I might need to go look at that because I think it might be missing it. So yeah, that's what's up. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what's up. Once this comes up, back off pulling JupyterHub SciPy notebook. Maybe I spelled it wrong. Did I spell it wrong? I don't know. Let's go. K get pods. Dash n Jupyter. No, it's Jupyter. Wait, what's my name? I forgot the namespace. Yeah, Joven. There we go. And pull back up. So we can do the let's do logs on Jupyter Joven. Jupyter Joven. Logs. There we go. Container notebook. Jupyter is waiting to start. Image can't be pulled. Interesting. It must not be an image. So it'll eventually clean up after that. I must be one that I didn't have, or I don't have the name of it right or something. So we're gonna go find that. Oops, wrong thing. There we go. The latest. Nope. I'm gonna go back. What? We already are doing that. I think Jovian. No, it's Jupyter Jovian. No. It shouldn't need to do this. So I don't know what's up. I gotta restart this. I gotta restart it. Something's not right. It's funny because I'm not getting this shit in the real one. The one that I just did. Let me see if that I want to see the logs on Hub for a second. Yeah, I was afraid of this. Okay, so set list activity where first user set list activity. Rollback session due to database error. Actually, been rolled back due to previous exception refloss. Interesting. I wonder what's up. This looks like a database like permissions are. Yeah, this is different. This is a new error. I haven't seen this before. Yeah, it might be related to the VM itself. It rolled back due to previous exception during flush. This is Error database or disk is full. Shit. There it is right there. So our disk is full. That's not good. I mean, I'm trying to decide if it's like for the whole system or not. Wait, DF. 1%, 82%, 82%. Okay, so this looks like I actually finally filled. You know what it is? I pulled down a different image. That's why. Yeah. I bet you that's it. Yeah, that's got to be it. So if I go down here, yeah, it's like base memory, boot order. So this is another disadvantage of doing this in Minikube. If I hadn't done this in Minikube, I wouldn't have hit this error because it doesn't have storage limitation because there's no virtual disk. So that was bad for virtualized network. Yeah, that is not good. Shared run folders. I mean, one of the things I could do is I could provision a new VM. That's all written. I already got that done. So if I want to start a Minikube, it does that. I'm tempted to kind of port this over to Kind again, because then I could do the whole thing without having to fuck around with memory constraints, stuff like that. I also wouldn't be doing VMs. That's what I was doing before with Kind, and then there's reasons that I want. The hardest part of that would be opening up the network socket to be able to research it and go to the thing. I'm gonna have to revisit that, but I don't want to do it today. Right now, I want to figure out what has to go in an image. So yeah. So okay, get pods. Let me go on the hub and see what's up. I mean, what gave us the error? Was it the hub that gave us the error? So let's do that. So k exec. Oops. IT hub. K exec IT hub. And let's see here. We're gonna do gosh over here. 90% of home is filled. Okay, that's why. Shit. Well, that's why. I mean, that means my persistent volume is totally filled. And my PVC, and this has already been mounted, so if I delete it from here, I'll delete it from the PVC. I also don't know where it's writing it. I don't know. SRV/JupyterHub. Oh, it's a SQLite database. I bet you. This is interesting. This is stuff I needed to find out anyway. Yeah. How did this UK? That's not it. Where's it storing it? Where are you? We could do that traditional. See, this is a traditional system thing to do. Like organize all the files on the system. You know about this? God, I used to have this memorized. I don't anymore. So do you have to say it shows you? So you do, was it DU? You can't do it with -h, right? Actually, this is a small enough system. We probably get away with it. We could probably do. It's only gave it 2 gig. How did it only give it 2 gig memory? That is insane. Why would it? It's not putting the images here. This is really curious to me. I didn't put any constraints on the size. I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna take a look at this. This is good. It's good to hit this because I might hit this later on it. You know, on the actual problem. I mean, normally traditionally the way you do this is you do du dash just like this, and then you do a sort, right? God, this is like ancient days. Yeah, so God, this is good for me to remember. Du and then what? Sort dash n. And yeah. So who's our top heavy hitters? I mean, actually, you could do reverse, I think. Right? Yeah. You reverse and then take like the top 10 and see what those are. These are local. Yeah, user lib slash user's got lots of shit in it. So, and user lib has the most. Of course, Python's got a ton of stuff. None of those are images though. So, I wonder why it's running out of space. I wonder if that was reported from the hub. From the hub when it spawned it. That's it. I bet that's it. I bet the PVC on the hub has got too many images on it. How do I check my PVCs? Okay, I don't do PVCs very much. Yeah. Oh. 21 days. Capacity 1 gig. This is nothing. What I want to know is to save the images in here. So if it saves the images in here, how do I look? How do I mount a PVC? I've never done it. How do I mount a PVC and look at the storage that's in there? Anyway, I'm going to try this something. I'm going to go look at the YAML. First, the volume claim, JHub mini compose path, protection JupyterHub, managed by Helm, resource version, write once, 1 gig, standard file system, volume name, write once, 1 gig, bound. Let me see something. So, get PVs. Oh, shit. Joven claim. Wait, does it build a different claim every time? 10 gig every time? Shit. No wonder. I've got it. I am so glad we hit this problem. I'm going to report this tomorrow. It's making a new claim for every one. You see this? And that blew out my virtual machine storage. Yeah. You know what this is from? It's making that immediately chewed up all of the storage on my virtual machine. Yep. That's what it did. And I know what's going on now. Now, to be fair, this is me testing a bunch of different users. So this is good. This is like really good for me because I have to know how to clean up, unclaim. I mean, all that stuff is gone now. Those accounts are not there anymore. So I need to be able to remove some of those others. So this one, this standard one is like the same one, right? What is this? What is this delete thing? What is that about? Again, I don't know about this stuff. So age, name, capacity, policy, status, delete. Well, why isn't it deleting it then? I don't know what that means. I don't know. I don't know about PVC at all. So I bet it's just something I haven't learned about yet. So, how to free up PV from Kubernetes. There's got to be a way to reclaim it. It says it's in delete status, but it doesn't seem like it's doing it. PV task volume name, pipeline labels, delete annotations, finalizers, protection storage class. On the other hand, application running the pod must. This is not a problem for production because production they only get one anyway, so they're not going to be like making different user accounts and stuff like I was doing. That's what blew up the storage on my virtual machine. Again, that would not have happened with Kind because Kind has unlimited access to the host operating system for storage. So it would have not, for better or worse, it would have not have been containerized within the VM and trying to throw these errors, which were rather random. Let's do with released persistence. How to make a PVC to regain access to any data in the existing PV. It doesn't show you how to change your PV from released to available. Now you clean up the data on the associated storage asset accordingly. This probably got something related to this, not directly related, but let's go figure it out. I lost on how to access data from deleted PVC. G-Cloud, fuck that. Compute disk create. Just for having a queue, Europe zone, no. Ran, the flight, no. This is not what I want. This is, here to delete PVC. Delete PV. I wonder if you can do delete PV. I bet you can. I bet you can. Let's do it. I bet you can. Okay, delete PV. Oh boy. But I was just doing a PV and not PVC. Well, I don't care. I can make a new one anyway. Yep. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand why it's listing it as PVC. Okay, wait. Delete resources by file name, blah. GSML summary sources. There's a pods for graceful detect, no. Force deleting pods, no. Delete command does not do resource source checks, no. Delete PV, delete pods, services, pod, blah, blah, blah. Delete file name, label, key options for the commands, no. All right, so I don't understand why, because if I, wait a second. Oh, okay. So interesting that they would put PVC in the identifier and not PV. That blew me. That threw me for a loop. So this is actually a reference to a persistent volume. This is not a PVC. Either that or this is the association between this particular PVC. This PVC is the name. Here, I gotta look at this. Yep. I want to edit the PVC for this. So this volume claim, because this is gonna have the PV identifier in it. There it is. Here we go. Volume name. Read once. Spec. So the volume name. So this is the volume name. A file system volume name that goes with this PVC. But see, it says PVC in the front. It shouldn't. It should say PV. It's just a persistent volume. It's not a persistent volume claim. That's what this is up here. Unless it's made a mapping of some kind. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get it. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this. If you don't notice, I did edit. Be careful if you do edit. If you change anything in there, it actually will change the deployment. I do it just because it's easier to get to the YAML right away. I don't want to fuck around, and plus I can navigate with VI pretty well. So it's dangerous though. I wonder if there's a lockdown for that. Let me see something. I'm gonna see if there's like a way to make it read only. That would be the right way to do this. Editing the API version, default format is YAML, blah blah blah. Window line endings, blah, no. Editor environment, yes. Fall back to VI, yay. Or for Linux or Notepad for Windows. Enable objects, load changes apply one at a time. You can access files as well. I'm just trying to see if there's like a read-only safety switch, and I would make an alias for that. Qubit Docker registry, editor nano. It's just save copy options. See development fields, file name, customize, output, record equals false. That said, I wonder if you could do -v on your. Yeah, you could watch. Wait. I think I might have an idea. I have to do this right now. I know it's not important, but I want to do this. Where is it? What's this thing? Editor. Cube editor. Yeah. Watch. All right. So cube editor. This might be a fun trick. Fuck. Oh shit. All right. Edit. PVC. All right, now watch. I mean, it should be in read-only mode. It doesn't tell me. It's not in my output. Edit canceled. No changes were made. But what if I did make changes? Muhahaha. Creation timestamp. How about this? Uh-oh. Warning. Changing a read-only file. Blah. I mean, there's never any time when I would actually want to. I guess sometimes I do kind of change. Sometimes I will. Sometimes I will. I'll change it using this. I'm like, oh. Read only is set to override. Watch me blow the whole thing up. Here, let's do like 01Z just to keep from blowing up. I'm just curious. All right, so read only set. All right, so yeah, Q W Q. Wait, yeah. Uh-oh. I see. I see. Shit, it did it. It did it. Damn, that's not a big enough. That's not a big enough savings. Oh well. So what are we gonna do now? Well, this is actually persistent volume PV. See, look at this. Configure PVC for having created. PVC for having. But see, no. See, I don't know where this naming came from. This is interesting. Actually, you know what? I think. You know what? It's a bug in JupyterHub. JupyterHub is the thing that decides what the names of the volumes are. So my complaint's probably with the JupyterHub people, not with the Kubernetes people. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's do k get. I'm trying to think here. K get Pvs. There's a bunch of them. K delete Pv. And all of these. So what's the one that we don't want to delete? Yep. I just did it. K edit Pv. So there it is right there. Let's put these all in a file. Just do it fast. Tempu. We'll do this. We'll do k get Pv. Send that to a filter. Oh, I don't want that. I want get Pv. Well, yeah, I guess we could just. I mean, there's yeah. I could probably do like, oh, I don't care. I just want to do it fast. So, yeah, I could have oct won that. Yeah, what's that? Let's do that. K, let's see. K get. If you don't know how to do Unix filters from the side of VI, you need to learn it. K get PV pipe to awk. This is like the only time I use awk. Should print the first field. There's probably an easier way. And all right, so now we're gonna run that and replace the output. There we go. So that's how you use VI, people. People don't know how to do that. It drives me crazy. And then they go reach for NeoVim without knowing how to do that. I'm like, oh my god, why would you do that? So these are all ones that need to go. I forgot the one that's the one that I actually don't want to delete. Maybe I copied it out. Did I? I did. All right. So where are you? I mean, I could just delete it straight up. There we go. Delete you. All right. And delete you. And write a little script for I. Now, should we do for or while? We can do while or for. Either one will work. Let's do while. While ifs equals read dash r line or whatever. What are we gonna call this thing? PV do rm. Wait, let's just start with an easy thing. Echo PV. I always do line and I forget. I'm just gonna call line. Line done. And then we're gonna feed that tempu. Boom. All right. So then what? Let's make up our thing. So we're gonna do k. They could probably put them all in one line, but I'm not gonna do that. So k delete PV blah. So there's the commands it's gonna execute. Are we ready to do that? Yeah. So we can do this. We can say echo deleting line, and then I can actually do it and go from there. Ready, Go. Deleting persistent volume claim deleted. This is why you need to learn the shell, and it's why you need to learn a little bash, at least a little, the basics, and then later eventually you can learn all the scripting and do all these powerful one-liners. It's not, that's the kind of stuff that you can't really do all this stuff. Why is it taking so long? I feel like it's taking too long. I don't know. I'm kind of worried. Let's go look at something else. I'm gonna split the screen so I can still watch it. Watch K get PV. Oh shit. Terminating. Oh, it's terminating it. That's interesting. You see, this is like terminating and bound. You know what? This is another one of those things where if you do a delete, you can let it go and it will still do it in the background. Yeah. So I'm actually going to do that and then put them all in the background. This is something, actually, I think FunkMain told me this. I can't remember. Someone told me that if you Control C a delete, another reason not to use Control C for anything other than interrupts, right? But if you Control C a delete, it will still happen. So check it. So if I do K get, because the command has already been sent, but for convenience, it hangs around until it gets the response back from the further delete, even though it already sent the delete request via the Kubernetes API to the endpoint. So, or to whatever the resource pod is or whatever. So K get PV. So we should have one that says terminating. And yeah, and it's in the process of cleaning it up and terminating it. We don't know what's up with that. We can probably go look at that. It's 10 gigabytes to recover, so I assume that's going to take a while. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with that. So this is the first, real substantial work I've done at all with persistent volume claims and PVs and stuff, other than just looking at them. So honestly, I've never done it. It's going to be fun to see. So if we do get PV, okay. So what I'm trying to say is that with that fun little one-liner I have, I can actually go in here and put this in the background. Okay. And to put that in the background, what you do is you put an ampersand. What is that? Is it an ampersand? Yeah. Is that right? Yeah. Put an ampersand after it, and that says, just put this in the background. Then I'll end up with a whole bunch of jobs. Oh shit! What did I do? Oh, I wonder. Well, let's put a quote around this, just for safety. I should put a quote. I mean, it's just we know what's in there, so it's not really an issue. But I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I don't know if I can individually background it with each of the processes without putting it in a parentheses. I'm gonna have to put it in parentheses. I haven't done it in a while. I think that's probably true. I think if I'm gonna subproc it, I think I do. I haven't done it in a for loop in a long time, so let me see if I can remember. Yeah, if you do this, it should put it in a subproc all by itself. Yep, there we go. All right, so. And now I have tons of jobs running. Oh, I don't actually. That's cool. Okay. So the parentheses put it in a subproc and that allowed it to go in the background. And it actually deleted everything. So now we can do K get. That's actually good to know. Yep. So that's deleting the persistent volumes, from the list only, which does not include the one. So we can do a watch K get PV to see how all our PVs are all terminating. I do think it's interesting though that they don't let go pretty quick. I was like, why are they taking so long? I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. I do not know. I'm gonna go ask a question while it's happening. Why do my PV Kubernetes take so long to terminate? PV is stuck in terminating after PVC is deleted. Yay. What's this about? Okay. As a bug report. Okay, no. What happened? I was testing EBS CSI driver, grabbed PVs and PVC. Then I deleted PVC. However, PV deletion is stuck in terminating state. Both PVC and volume is deleted without an issue. CSO. Was there? But there was only one PVC. There was no other PVC on any of those other things. So maybe there's an extra PVC someplace that I can't see. Maybe. I wonder if it was in the Joven namespace. Let me try something. All right, so K get PVCs from that Joven because we did. Oh, sure enough, there they are. Yep, there they are. So we got to delete those things. Yup. So yeah, this is good. This is good education. I'm blowing up my minikube instead of my dev cluster. All right, so more claim Joven. So the actual Joven one is the only one we need to keep. So all the other ones we can get rid of. So yeah, actually, let's do this. So that's probably why the terminating was waiting. I'll bet you anything. I'll bet you that's what's up. Uh-huh. Wait. Okay, get PV. Yeah, there. You know what's happening is the claim's not dead yet. So it's still leaving it on. That's exactly what's happening. All right, so that means that we need to go deal all my Pvcs. Yeah. All right, so let's do that. Let's do this. Let's write them all. I mean, I can rather than doing it as a filter, I can just write it right out there, right? So cat PVM Joven, send that to awk and grab the first. This is really the only thing in awk that I regularly do. It's just so much easier to remember than other stuff. And I mean, if you're going to do pipeline kind of thing, otherwise you do parameter expansion for the variable and just chop it off that way. So then what? We're gonna take that off there. So we're gonna send that to tempfoo. Just doesn't matter. I can go edit tempfoo, and I know for a fact that I don't want this one to go anywhere. So then I could just, I mean, I could pipe that into my loop, but sometimes I like to edit the thing first. So I could have done a grep-v on the name or whatever, but it's just as easy. So then what? For we could do a for loop in here because there's no white space. We could do while, it doesn't matter. So while ifs equals read dash r line do echo line done. I mean, again, this is a totally good for loop as well, but while gives you a lot more power because it'll bring in the whole line no matter what, and then you can actually split the line. It could do map. I could have done map. I could have done the whole thing in array. Yeah, should I do map file and do it in array? You want to do that fanciness? Should we do that? Let's do that. All right, so map file tempfoo foo, is it foo tempfoo? I forgot it. I forgot how to do map file. I don't do that much, but it's really cool. Help. Okay. Map file, otherwise known as there's another one for map file. I don't remember what it's called. Delim count origin delim array quantum array. So you have to give it the name of the right. Read lines from standard input. Yeah, I forgot the syntax. Okay, so map file. We're gonna read tempfoo into foo. So echo foo, and now we should have got a foo. I guess they didn't export it. Oh wait, I did foos. There we go. So now you can do your for loop safely. So you can do for I in, I always do I don't know why. So for I in foo, you want to use the ampersand so you don't get the white space version. And you should probably put quotes around that, but I don't need to because I know there's no quote, there's no white space or anything. So for I and foo, do echo I done, and we get all our stuff. I could, yeah, there's lots of things I could do here. So then what? We're gonna do echo k delete pvc. Boom. All right, so then we can say echo deleting pv, deleting I done k delete boom, and we already know it's gonna take time, so we'll put it in the background and run that. Boom. Persistent volume claims enjoyment not found. Not found. Is because I deleted the thing underneath it. I am about ready to throw this minikube cluster away and then redo a new one. But this is good. This is good practice. So I'm willing to do this. Okay. I mean, thank God I'm doing it here, not my dev cluster, right? Get PV. Terminating. It's still hung, man. It is. It's hung. Oh wait, I did not do the name. That was my bad. That was my bad. I forgot to do dash n. Yeah. I forgot to do the n on the Jovian namespace. Jovian. In fact, I wonder. No, those are all the Jovian namespace. Okay, so that's fine. Are they? Yeah. Yes, they are. They definitely are. All right, name Jovian namespace. What? I wonder why I picked a namespace for Jovian. Interesting. Deleted. Wow, that was fast. I wonder if that cleaned up all the other stuff. Get Pvc. Pvc dash and Jovian. Is that else? Oh, look at that. All right. Get PV, which was not specific. The PVCs were under the namespace of the given user or application or something like that, and the PV was under the Jupyter namespace, or the JHub namespace. That's interesting. I would not have guessed that. So get PV, and there we go. We still have a few left over. Released. Oh, look at that. See, released. I wonder how much more we got. Is that too fast? Is that what happened? I might have had it done. Terminating, claim driven, release, claim driven. Wait, did we kill them all? I guess we must have. Did we not delete the other one? Oh, I didn't. I didn't delete the one that was currently in process from the list. Or did I? No, I did. I deleted that. It was claim driven. I could have swore I deleted that one. I guess not. Oh well. You know what? That might just be because the thing's done. Sometimes it does that. Like when the spawner's done. Yep, it is. See, watch if I do start my server. I do data science. Let's go make sure data science still works. This one has never had a problem. So if it doesn't work, there's some other problem going on. There's my data science notebook. Huzzah! Woot woot. So you can come down here, click on terminal, and I have I pulled out my GitHub repo and stuff. This is running inside of a PV. So while that's running, let's go look at all the mounts and see what's up. The PV mounts and claims and shit. Released. Interesting. It says terminating on that one. Yeah, I want to see what's up with the. You know what? I bet there's PVs in here as well. No. Wait, something's not right here. Claim Jovian bound. Okay. Wait, which one is that? 5.6. Okay, this one. So it says it's terminating, even though it's not. You know why? Because it's under use right now. Interesting. So I guess it'll wait around until this is actually done, and then it'll give you a new one, right? Yep. I bet it will. I'd have to stop my server for that, though. I don't know if that's going to be anything. This is just super experimental for me. So let's go back here. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to hit the control panel hub. And stop my server. Stop server. Refresh. And we'll watch that and see how it goes. It's gone. So that should have gotten rid of my PV. It did not. Huh. How about PVC? I got to learn more about PVCs. I don't know anything about them. I see it still says it's bound. I have to do a Helm restart to get rid of that. Yeah. All right. So let's do that. Let's do. Well, okay. So we're back to where we were, and the purpose of this is the whole image thing. So I got a little sidetracked on the PV stuff. That was fun, but I need to get back on track and look at my look at how to make an image, and I need to be able to put the image here so they can grab the image. And we have to use Docker. Minikube uses the Docker images. You don't have to have private registry. You can just use the ones from the internal. So from the internal Docker instance or container image that's inside of Minikube, and it'll just automatically use the right thing. So let's go back to our research on this as to how to get it to do that. Kind feature. We don't need this. Pvs suck. We did this already. Recent base notebook. Okay. You can try a relatively recent build of Jupyter based notebook image from Binder. Just simply click on a preset link. This is what I've done. Docker installed. You need to know which Docker image you want to use. Documentation additional use of feature. The command pulls Jupyter SciPy image tagged from DockerHub. Is not really present on the local below. We don't want to do that. I don't want to do any of that. I want to see what it needs to have on there. This performance is simple, but it exposes the server in port 1000 instead of 888 visits, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't want that. Caveats for ARM64 image. We're not going to do that. Selecting an image, community stacks, core stacks, running container, using binary, using JupyterHub. Common features, notebook options, Docker options, content, right? Fuck, conda. I hate conda. Common features. A container launched from any Jupyter Docker Stack image runs the JupyterHub notebook server by default. The container does so by executing a start-notebook.sh script. The script configures the internal container environment and then runs Jupyter Notebook, passing in any command orchestration. This page describes the options supported by the startup script, as well as how to bypass it and run alternative commands. You can run Jupyter command line options. You can pass to the start-notebook.sh script when launching the container. For example, to secure the notebook server with a custom password hash. I don't want to do any of this shit. It's like way too much extra work. Docker run Jupyter based notebook start notebook.sh. And what directory? I guess it just has to have start notebook.sh. Right? You may, no, I don't want to instruct it. I want to make my own. I want to make my own image. Startup hooks you can for the customized container by adding shell scripts to be sure 6 executables to be run on the path. Oh, use local bin start notebook-d handled before the standard library. So the run hooks a function for the Jupyter based notebook SSL certs. You may mount SSL certs. Oh shit, it's going to be crazy if we have to do all that. In either case, Jupyter Notebook expects the key certificate to be a basics for fuck. Start stage. The startup script actually inherits most of its options handling from the more generic start stage. Script supports all the features described. Start IPython or run Jupyter Lab instead of the classic notebook. Run the following. Jupyter script is particularly useful if you want to drive new drug. You can bypass provide. Okay. Conda environments. Fuck no. So I don't want to select an image. I want to make an image. Image specifics. This page provides details about the feature specific to one or more images. Apache Spark. No. No. Build images. There's a Spark. A different version of Spark for writing. Default value, the following arguments. See, everything here is built on overwriting existing Docker files. And I mean, short of reading the Docker file, which I probably should just do. So I actually have all of these on here. Let me go see if I can find them. GitHub.com. No, it's Jupyter. Yeah, Docker Stacks. And from here, what do we got? We have all this stuff. So let's go with the base notebook. And look at the Docker file. Ubuntu. Root container Ubuntu Focal. I didn't think Focal was this I didn't think Ubuntu Focal was maintained anymore. Huh. What is Ubuntu? I could have swore they announced that one of their Ubuntu minimal images is not supported anymore. Ubuntu Focal ship ZFS. What was available previously? Just release ZFS. Focal Fossil review. Updates to its desktop OS versions. What is Focal Fossil update? Looks like feels superb. Simulates Melvin. I could have swore that was one of the ones that was going away. Sounds like no. Focal Fossa. LTS is officially out. Focal must just have been in the name of the LTS release. Yeah. Like whatever the other names they make. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it's just the name. It's just the name of the release. Okay. Like all the other ones they've had. God, I can't remember them now. It's like spacing. So user Joven NB 1000, Junior Jupyter project. Bin bash Pvcs. Huh. That's interesting. User root. So this some very specific things that have to be in here. Yeah, I think I just answered my own question. I can go to bed. The answer is get the Docker file and make your own from that. The end. Because honestly, that is the answer. It's all OS dependencies from notebook server. I mean, that's the whole point of containers in the first place. So you might as well do it. Install Tinny init for containers. I don't like Tinny, whatever you want to call it. Debian front end non-interactive. Apt-get update, yes. This stuff should be in everything, by the way. This is actually a good place to send people who want to learn how to write Docker files. I was kind of a noob when I did mine, and it's got a bunch of really great. This fix I would now have that I can see what's up with that. So pipe fail. Let's go look at it. So help bash. Let's see. Man bash pipe fail causes failed pipe connections to cause failure to the process as opposed to just hanging. And that's I can see why that would be an issue. I don't know where it would be listed though. Pipeline is it -o? There it is. If pipe fail is enabled, the pipeline's return status is the value of the last rightmost command to exit the non-zero, or 0 if the command exits successfully. So the return status of the pipeline is the exit status of the last command, unless pipe fail option. And pipe fail is enabled, the pipeline's return status is the value of the farthest on the right command. And that's very good to know. I'm glad to know about that. So, I mean, again, how much can you learn just by looking through the code and see what other people have done? I think this is solidifying my suggestion tomorrow to the team that they just take the Docker file from base JupyterHub and build from that, because this is the minimum requirements to get an image to run. And if they don't, I mean, if they're making their own custom images, they already speak Docker files, so they should know this is the easiest way to communicate what's on there and what's needed. And if they want to deviate from that, that's up to them. They can totally do that, right? So I'm going to be inclined to just recommend go download Docker Stacks and go look at it. And in fact, I've decided that. So I'm going to get my head around what is in here to justify that decision to recommend tomorrow, and I'll be closing up this video. So font slimeration, run one, locale, say search, wget. Why would you get wget on there? Whatever. Who uses wget? Use curl. Can I just say the JupyterHub stuff feels Jupyter hubby. It's like a bunch of Python programmers write a container. It's a kind of a joke, but it's true. I mean, there are choices to use, TINI or TINI or whatever in wget. I mean, it's like little choices like that just kind of allow people to judge them. Font slimeration. Why would you even put a fucking font? I don't get that at all. App-get clean. Okay. App list. This is standard, right? So you clean up yourself after you've done your run. Oh, they put the locale stuff in there. That's cool. Most people wouldn't have thought of that. I didn't think of that. Probably need to do that. More and more of my images. Oh shit. They set up conda by default in the base image. Are you telling me the base image has to have conda in it? Okay, fine. They will be fine with that. I hate conda, but machine learning people are going to love it. So whatever. Environment conda dir. Bin bash and bmv user stuff for conda. I thought we already did this. Oh, they wanted it. Wait. Oh, they said it is args. Interesting. Huh. Okay. I haven't seen arg use that way before. Okay. So that's fine. Arg. env, path conda dir bin. This is all good. Why is this in two places though? I don't get it. Why did they not just make this into a single overlay? They made two overlays just for that. Oh, I get it. Because this might change more frequently than the other stuff. No, because MB user's in here too. Maybe because the path changes more frequently. I don't know. Yes. Well, yeah, maybe. That would be the reason to do that, because then this one would be okay, and then okay. It's probably the path and the conditor. Where is it getting conditor from? So it's getting the conditor from. Oh, that's it. It's reading the conditor from the base environment. So if conditor changes, that would change. Okay, that makes sense. That's why they broke up those two NMVs. Copy the script that we will use to correct permissions after running certain commands. Copy fix permissions. Run a plus rx. Read and execute the fix permissions. Okie dokie. Alrighty. Enable prompt color in skeleton.bash before creating a default MB user. Why? Said force color prompt scale bash rc. All right, fine. Why did you add an entire layer to your RC file just for that, to your Docker file? Add call the content in scripts, see Stack Overflow, blah blah blah. All right, so apparently JupyterHub requires conda, and it has to be configured in a particular. So far, I haven't seen anything specific to JupyterHub though. It's all Jupyter, but not JupyterHub. Oh shit! Said that shy back. Ugh, that's a Perl command. Although, yeah, Perl's on there, right? This is whatever. I give up. They did an extended regular expression and said where they could use Perl right here, does exactly the same thing, because it said did this after Perl, and they could have used the Perl regex, it would have been better. That's all I have to say about that. You said it's one less character to type, I guess. Why are they even keeping their fucking backups around? They're throwing them out. You don't need to do .back here, people. You just chuck the whole fucking thing. You don't need it. You're not going to be backing it up, so just do -i and get rid of that. All right. Auth requisite pam deny user add blah 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 NB user. Okay, so they're adding a user, right? So this is the build the system sort of stuff at the very end. I have a script for this stuff that I do. Yeah. So still nothing JupyterHub specific. Nothing JupyterHub specific. Everything's just all Jupyter-y, conda, Python-y, work directory /temp. How much more we got? Oh, it's only halfway through the file. Okay. So what do we got? Workspace /temp, mini forge and star. Oh God. Oh my God. Can I please never do anything with JupyterHub again? Mamba forge. Who the fuck names that? I hate Python. The whole Python ecosystem is so fucked up. That's why I don't want to do anything with OpenStack. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh no, fuck no. Look, you can hate me, I don't care. Python is dead as a cloud language. Yeah, it's gonna die. If it's not dead, it's used all over the place. You have to use it. I have to work with it every day. You have to learn it. Don't think you don't. I wish it would die though. It needs to die the death it deserves. It's just gotta die. All I need is bash and go. That's it. If you bash and go, I'll be happy. Unless you're doing, I mean, okay, fine. If you're doing calculation sort of things, I guess you need. This isn't that though. I guess JupyterHub is though. Fine, whatever. I hate it though. I can hate it anyway. So there. Miniforge Arch uname-m. Mamba Forge Linux. This is insane. So no, this isn't. This okay. I really clearly answered the question. Can you just put a few things on your image and call it a day? No. If you want an image to work with JupyterHub and Kubernetes, thou shalt extend this Docker file the end. Because if you don't do that, you don't got any prayer of having it work. Even though I still can't find anything JupyterHub specific. This is all just random conda shit. Is there where's the dependency checking? You know what I mean? It's like, what is it? I have a feeling it's the script. And we're looking for the script. Let me get to the script. There's a script that's called start.sh, and there's a script called start Jupyter or some shit. And those things have to happen. Okay. Run Mamba, install JupyterHub. Okay, there you go. That's it right there. So they did all of that fucking conda setup, which is why I hate conda. just to install JupyterHub and Jupyter Notebook and Jupyter Lab. My God. Oh, I fucking hate this ecosystem. I will never, ever be in machine learning because I would have to work with this shit every day and I would hate it the whole time. NPM cache clean Jupyter Notebook generate. Are you fucking kidding me? There's NPM on here too. Oh my God. Cache yarn fix permissions counter. Expose 8080. Okay, fine. This is a standard. No, it's 8080. Sorry, that's a different port. This is a Jupyter port, I think. Yep. Configure container startup. Continue-g dash start notebook.sh. There you go. So if you don't have a start notebook.sh, you can't start up. Now, what I find interesting is what needs to be in start notebook.sh. I'm going to go look at that right now. If there's not that much in there, you might be able to just start anything and put a start notebook.sh in there, because JupyterHub is running start notebook.sh as the first command. Actually, let's confirm that. Let's confirm that. So wait. Let me see what the actual startup command is for the spawn instance. So this guy right here, right? So let's start a server, and then we'll go inspect the running image and see what its startup container command is. And if it's start notebook.sh, you might be able to get away with cheating the whole thing and just say you just have to have startup.sh as it. Nobody cares about anything else. I mean, I assume all this other stuff has to be running in order to communicate with the spawner, like in order to get to this information, but I don't know that it's actually required. So okay, get pods dash n Jovian, and I'm just gonna go edit that. I'm looking for the containers. Here it is. JupyterHub single user. Wait. Oh, you see how it passes args? Yeah, it just passes the args. JupyterHub single user dash IP 888 single looping to default. Yeah. Interesting. So that means that this is the entry point, right? And this is the command. But wait, what? Wait. Maybe I got it wrong. Oh, here we go. No, that's the init container. It has init containers. Interesting. I didn't realize it had init containers. Okay. IV table is the output. Interesting. So that must be the port forward. Yeah, it is. That's cool. That's cool. So it has an init container to like block access to everything else besides the main thing. Yep. That's super cool. I didn't notice that before. Kubernetes network tools. Wait, so how many containers do we have? We just have the one. Yep. No name JupyterHub. No scheduled dedicated effect. Status condition last probe. I am on. Container status notebook. Container IDs. I'm still trying to find the arguments that were sent. So here we go. It says Israel. So here's the env. Args, the container args. JupyterHub single user. So I need to check something right quick. I'm gonna log into this sucker. Okay, let's see. Okay, exec IT Jupyter. Oops. Fine. Oh wait, I'm on. All right. So I think I customize it. So what did it say? Single user. Fuck. Okay. Edit. Pod dash n Joven. All right. So where is it? There we go. Args JupyterHub single user. So, yep, there it is. Let's go look what's in here. Venice Sage POSIX. What the fuck are they doing? It's a bunch of Python people. Look at these triple comments. The triple quotes. Exec opt conda bin Python. Oh my god. And then I put Python for the rest of it. Huh. So it's running Python and passing it off as opposed to just running Python straight up. Interesting. This is like the worst possible form of env user bin Ruby or some shit. User bin env / space Ruby or Python 3. I hate it. Okay, so import RE, import sys, JupyterHub single user import main. It says take everything out of here. So if it's basically it took everything off the first name, sys exit main. So then it calls first import main. Sys argue equal. Oh, and it changes the. Oh, I see. Okay, so it replaces the first argument and like just trims everything off of it. So that it's blank, and then I guess it calls itself. I don't know, let's go see. So then it calls, yeah. It calls itself, it calls JupyterHub single user, this main right here. So it runs main, and then main, this is just cleaning up the argument list. And then the argument list is going to be whatever the main routine is of JupyterHub single user. So just pass off the arguments to the main function of this library. And that library is past the IP port and single user notebook API default URL. That's interesting. This here was generated from Helm because when I put the /labs, that's where that came from. Interesting. So that's what's running. So once again, that is a ton of shit that's been customized in the image that you cannot easily escape just by running start-notebook.sh. In fact, we still don't know what's in start-notebook. Let's do that right now. Copy start.sh, start-notebook.sh, single user, start single user.sh into user equipment. Currently, we need to have both Jupyter. Oh, I could have looked over there, but that's fine. Currently, we need to have both Jupyter config and Jupyter server config to support classic and lab. So we need Jupyter config. So these are all the requirements. You have to have all these files there. Fix permissions on its Jupyter's root. All right, fine. Run sed. Fix permissions. Okay, check, fix all the permissions, and then set it back. That was a hack. That was definitely a hack to fix a bug. Work directory. Home. All right. So I think I know what's up now. So I want to read start-notebook.sh just to see. Bin bash. Yay! They just bin bash. Wrapper restart looks yes. Wrapper wants consistently JupyterHub. Launch JupyterHub using single user endpoint. Start single user. All right. Well, we know this already because that's what that was. Okay, so that's how that worked. Yeah, because when we did the edit, we saw that the command args for the container were start single user. So that's where that came from. All right. So that got ran, and then we passed off all the arguments to it. Jupyter engine, Jupyter enable lab, then shell check. I love that they use shell check. Huzzah! Whoever wrote this is a good engineer. One that I approve of, anyway. Anyway, user local event start.sh, wrap for Jupyter lab. Nice. Okay. Else, one Jupyter notebook deprecation notice. Docker stacks, Jupyter notebook, start, so Jupyter notebook. All right. So you have to have this. This is how it starts. I don't understand how. I don't know. I must be getting the wrong impression from somebody on my team that suggested that it was easier than this and then you didn't need to do it. You can't make a JupyterHub image without this shit. I mean, There's like several explicit requirements to make an image work with JupyterHub. And how complicated those requirements are, I don't know. If you're, but let's put it this way. So this is kind of my wrap up here. I'm gonna go away now. There's only a few of you around, but maybe more of you will watch later after the fact. So suffice it to say that this this JupyterHub stuff, there's no way around extending the base Jupyter notebook. There's no way around it. And if you have some magic you think you're going to do without it, I don't see why. You could take this, hack it up, get rid of content and all the other stuff, and it would probably start. But I have a feeling that because unless you're actually running Jupyter on here, that a bunch of other stuff wouldn't work. Like there's going to be some sort of communication happening from when Jupyter is running Jupyter on the spawn thing. And in fact, we should probably nmap that. Maybe I can do that. Let me try something. I'm going to, one last thing I want to do. I want to nmap, I'm going to do net shoot into VIC. Wait, let me change my context. Give me a second. So if I change my context to be config set context namespace Jovian. Oh, right. All right. So let me just look at that really quick. Okay. So let me run net shoot in here, and I'm going to scan the spawner to see what it's running on. There's probably easier ways to do this, but this is some way this is a very consistent way that I've used to do stuff because it's independent of any of the other stuff. So I'm running, so net shoot just injected, it's a pod that got injected into the namespace Joven along with the other app in there, which means I can see everything on this internal network. I just have to identify what its IP address is, which I can get pretty quickly. So I just do get, is it pod dash and Jovian, and I mean there's probably another way to do this, but I'm gonna just do this. I should be able to just net shoot on that directly, but by name. I think I have to do, if I do it by name like that though, I think I have to do .local. You know what? Let me go. Oh, I actually want to figure this out. This is a good thing. K exec IT. Actually, well, I'm just trying to think of some other ways to do this that would be more efficient. Oops. All right, there we go. So here we are. What does the resolve.conf say? So this is on a remote system. There we go. So Joven SSC cluster.local. So I actually think I can just use Joven. How's it going next? So let's do that. Let's do nmap Jovian. And the targets are specified. I wonder if I have to do fully qualified. I shouldn't have to do this. Let me see what my Etsy resolve is on this guy. I've been wanting to know this anyway. Oh, look. It's the same one, so I just use the host name. Wait, what? Oh, no, these are two pods in the same container. No wonder. Yeah, never mind. So I have to have the exact IP or it won't work. Yep, that's my problem. IPA. No. Come on. Am I supposed to look up the IP address? I actually look at K-pods, right? Fuck. Okay. I feel so noob right now. All right, edit pods. No. Yeah. Edit dash n Jovian. No. Pod Jupyter, yes. IP, where are you? 00. Why would it have that weird number there? Is that the new IP address? It must be. Pod IPs. All right. Well, let's try that one. Nmap. Yep. Sun answer book. 0.88 is the only one open. Well, that makes sense. Okay, so I answered my own question. So the reason I did all that little network exploration with NetShoot is to see what would make trying to access that through JupyterHub fail. And clearly, if it's not talking on 888, it wouldn't be able to talk to it, and that would fail. So you wouldn't see any of this stuff. So what's the minimum you could take out of your image if you didn't want it to work like this? You would be taking a bunch of stuff out of your image, right? You'd be taking, so let's assume that you want to get bare bones with this, and you don't want to do all this other stuff. Get rid of that NetShoot image. All right. So, you can get rid of all the content stuff, but the problem is unless you're running a Jupyter notebook on port 888, I think I just answered my own question. So there's two things an image absolutely has to have. It has to have something listening on port 888 that talks JupyterHub. So duh. However you put that on there is up to you. And two, it has to have, that's what 888 is about. This is all about right here. And whatever way that you tend to choose to do all that stuff, that has to be there in your image. So that's what we've discovered. We've discovered that you have to have, Jupyter running on port 888. I think it's Jupyter that's actually running on port 888 and not JupyterHub. I don't know that though. Whatever it is, it has to be listening. It's called Jupyter Notebook, Lab, and Hub. I just think it's weird that JupyterHub. No, I guess that's right. It has to have all of that stuff. It has to have Lab, Hub, and Notebook installed. It has to have Jupyter Lab, Notebook, and Hub installed. The end. It has to be listening on port 888. The end. That's how Kubernetes knows that it's a thing. That's how it's able to offset, to proxy to it on port 888. If it doesn't have that, you're screwed. And it has to have a start-notebook.sh in the executable path. The end. If it has those two things, it should work. It should work. And it should be, you can do whatever kind of thing you want in your image, but those are the two main things. Currently, we need to have both Jupyter Notebook config and Jupyter Circuit Classic and Lab. This particular requirement is not a requirement for an image to exist. It's a requirement for JupyterHub to work, to start up the notebook. So this here requirement is, and it probably changes a lot, which is why it's down farther in the Docker file. This requirement is a part of the Jupyter thing, but as long as you got, so step one, make sure you have JupyterHub, Jupyter Notebook, and Jupyter Lab installed on your image. Step two, make sure you have something in the executable path. It's called start-notebook.sh. The end. Those are the two requirements, the core requirements. And if you don't have those two things, forget it. It won't work. So based on that knowledge, I can actually now work with, we have over 100 of regular customized JupyterHub images that are being used internally and have been for, years in a batch environment, not in Kubernetes. And some of those people tried to use one of those images as is and didn't know what to do. And the reason it didn't know what to do, I believe, is fundamentally because it's looking for a start-notebook.sh. I think above every other reason, that's the main thing that's separating them. And that will be the research that I do tomorrow that I'll report on at work. So in my meeting tomorrow, I'll tell them we need to see, if you've got JupyterHub and everything on there, then you just need to make sure you have a start-notebook.sh and you have something ultimately running on 888. Other than that, that image should be fine. Then you can keep all your images as they are. If that's true, that will be an acceptable, thing to tell people. If you're going to tell them you're going to have to go redo all your images, hundreds of images that you're using all the time every day, and you're going to have to go, they use this all with a batch command called run Jupyter, and it runs it from the shell. If we have to tell all those people, sorry, you got to redo your image from scratch, it ain't going to fly very well. So I have a feeling the only thing that they have to do is to put start-notebook.sh in their startup path and make sure that something is at the same level and it's running with the way it should be. Putting stuff in Etsy Jupyter is the standard place to do, the standard way to do JupyterHub. If anybody's not putting it in Etsy Jupyter and they're doing it, that would be wrong, and that would that'd be on them. Otherwise, it should work. So, prepare upgrade to JupyterHub version 3. All right, switch back to Joven and to Joven to avoid accidental container run as root. Yep, and you can't run as root actually. If you have that, it'll fail OPI gatekeeper policy. So, so that would, I mean, even if it tried to run as root, startup as root, the policy would stop from doing the same. Okay, so that's it. That's it for me for today. I know exactly what to tell them. I know that here's your start single user that we were talking about before. Modified BST. Here's the notebook arguments. So again, the short thing is going to be go look at the base notebook Docker file repo and see if there's anything there that you can learn from that. But ultimately, the takeaways are you need a start-notebook.sh in your executable path, and you need to have something that is running on 888, and that will be the answer for whether you can have an image or not. Now, they're going to tell me whether or not they want to have me experiment further with making images. I would actually like to experiment with existing images that are already in our environment, and that's not work that I can do here necessarily. I might be able to do some samples that are not related to it, that are kind of based on what they have, but I'm going to be looking at internal Docker files and stuff like that probably tomorrow. So that's where we are. So the answer is yes, you can use custom images. It's always easier to use an extension of the base image, period. And if for no other reason than to get ideas for how to do your image, if not, the base of the image, and 3, it ultimately needs to be running on listening on port 888, JupyterHub. It needs to be compatible version, and it needs to have a start-notebook.sh. Okay, so that is going to get written up in my little summary here. And for all intents and purposes, this video is done. I'm just going to go ahead and put that up in my notes here as I conclude, but I'm going to go ahead and turn the video off now. Take care and see you guys later.